thousands of Ukrainians flooded the streets of Kyiv for a second day, protesting a controversial new law they say undermines Ukraine's hard-won anti-corruption institutions. The legislation has sparked public fury, threatening President Volodymyr Zelensky's domestic standing at a crucial phase in the war against Russia. The law, which tightens government oversight over the National Anti-Corruption Bureau, NABU, and the Specialized Anti-Corruption Prosecution Office, SAPO, has not only angered citizens, but also alarmed European Union officials and international watchdogs. Critics say the move could erode the independence of these agencies and concentrate investigative power within the president's inner circle.
This is the result of calls from the European Commission from our Western partners, who in turn are watching the situation in Ukraine and are inspired by our actions. Therefore, this is not a direct influence, but still an influence. It seems to me that these actions should be continued until we see that this law is completely abolished and the independence of anti-corruption bodies is fully restored.
Among the protesters was 21-year-old student Yaroslav Telenko, who told reporters that this is an attack on me personally, on my friends in the armed forces. This crosses a red line. For many Ukrainians, corruption is deeply intertwined with national security, and weakening anti-graft protections is seen as a betrayal of the country's wartime resilience.
The problem of corruption is directly related to all other problems, including war. In my opinion, corruption leads to murders, it leads to failures on the front, so we must eradicate corruption at the legislative level. An attack on the anti-corruption system of the NABU, National Anti-Corruption Bureau, and SAPO, Specialized Anti-Corruption Prosecution Bodies, is an attack on me personally, an attack on my friends who serve in the armed forces of Ukraine.
In his nightly address on Wednesday, President Zelenskyy acknowledged the protests and rising criticism. He said, government and law enforcement agencies had agreed to draw up specific proposals to reinforce the rule of law, hinting at a forthcoming bill to restore the autonomy of anti-corruption institutions.
I will propose a bill to the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine that will be the response. It will ensure the strength of the rule of law system, and there will be no Russian influence or interference in the activities of law enforcement. And very importantly, all the norms for the independence of anti-corruption institutions will be in place.
The protests mark the first major public rupture in Ukraine's political unity since Russia's full-scale invasion began more than 3 years ago. As the war grinds on, the backlash over the law threatens to open new internal fault lines. Just as Kyiv faces a mounting battlefield and diplomatic challenges,